Okay, in last lecture we have studied regarding the transcription process. Okay, so in last process we studied one part of gene expression. Okay, so the process of gene expression is conversion of DNA to ultimately protein molecule. Okay, so in that the second step is protein synthesis, that is the translation. Okay, from mRNA molecule we are now going towards the protein synthesis. Okay, so in last few lecture we have studied regarding the structure of nucleic acid and all the transcription process. Okay, you all know regarding this difference between nucleic acid, that is DNA and RNA. Okay, now the main point for the protein synthesis is the genetic code on that DNA. Okay, so this is the most important point regarding genetic material. Okay, so why we considering DNA as a genetic material? Because it contains genetic information. Okay, so it contains of some nucleic acid which encode for the specific amino acid. Okay, so this is we call it as a codon. Okay, or genetic code. Okay, so in that category the term gene is very important. So gene is what? It is different, something different from the DNA. Okay, so but it is a segment of DNA on a chromosome that codes for a particular protein. Okay, so gene is DNA only, but it contains a specific segment of DNA which code for the particular protein. Okay, so that's why we consider gene as an important functional unit of a cell. Okay, so coding contain a sequence of bases on mRNA which code for a particular amino acid. So it is basically coded on, or it is basically located on the gene or DNA. Okay, so the DNA get converted to the mRNA. That's why it's transferred to the mRNA molecule. Okay, mRNA is a transcribed or transcripted from the DNA molecule itself. Okay, so that's why we are using this as a important code for the protein synthesis. Okay, so this genetic code is universal in all organisms. So this code we say, like for example, you can see in this table that it is a UUU that is a coded for the FE, that is a, or UCU coded for a serine amino acid. Okay, so this is the important function of this codon, that it's universal. Okay, yeah, if you take in a prokaryotic or eukaryotic, in any organism it is universal. Okay, so that means you see you only code for the serine amino acid. Okay, so that's the important function of this genetic codon. So then after the transcription process the many type of RNA produced. In that mRNA, tRNA, rRNA and snRNA are the important one. Okay, so we have studied that in earlier lecture that different polymerase enzymes can code for or produce different RNA molecule. Okay, in that mRNA produced from DNA polymerase or RNA polymerase 2, but the important function of this mRNA is it carries genetic information from DNA. Okay, in nucleus to cytoplasm. Okay, so in the process of transcription it is synthesized. Okay, and this synthesis takes place in the nucleus itself. Okay, so from the nucleus it transferred to the after the processing. Okay, in last lecture we have studied regarding the processing of a RNA molecule. After the processing or the processing of this RNA molecule, it is transferred to the cytoplasm. Okay, for the protein synthesis. And then the tRNA molecule, so it has also important function. It is located in eukaryote, it located in cytoplasm, and it carries the amino acid from amino acid pool to mRNA. Okay, so its function of transfer RNA molecule, it transfers the amino acid. Okay, or carries the amino acid which is located in the cytoplasm, and it transferred to the mRNA molecule. Okay, it means this whole process is carried out by this RNA molecules in this in the protein synthesis. Okay? So the ribosomal RNA is also important part of this. It contains a ribosomal protein in ribosome where amino acid join to form a protein primary structure. In the process of this, we will study this further. Okay. So the basic difference between transcription and translation is that we have studied earlier. So we'll take just a quick revision of this. That is the transcription is a process of uh, information transcript. It means it transferring DNA molecule to the RNA molecule. Okay. So in last lecture, we have not studied regarding that this transcription factor is important part in the regulation of transcription process. Okay. So if we in last lecture we have studied about the promoters. Okay. So promoter are the sequence where the polymerase enzyme binds. Okay. And then the process of synthesis of or RNA synthesis started. Okay. That is transcription process started. But if the transcription factor, those are the protein which regulate the transcription process. In that it is binded, it will bind to the promoter region. Then after the process of transcription started. Okay. If it does not bind to the transcription or promoter, then the process of transcription will not be activated. Okay. That's why it called as activator also and repressor also. Okay. So it activates the process or sometime it inhibits the process also. Okay, it has important function that it interact with the RNA polymerase to activate the transcription of mRNA. Okay, that means at the promoter region, this RNA polymerase with the transcription factor attached to the promoter region. If there will, if this transcription factor will not be there, then this RNA polymerase will not bind to the promoter region also. Okay, so this is the symbiotic action of this RNA polymerase transcription factor at the promoter region. Okay, then next is our protein synthesis. So protein synthesis mainly occur in the ribosome. So ribosome is a part of cell. Okay, it is generally a protein molecule, or it contains a different subunits. Okay, here are some sites of ribosomes. Ribosome mainly composed of two subunits. Okay, ribosome is a protein molecule. It contains two subunits. Okay, one is in prokaryote. It is 30s and 50s. Okay, subunits. The large subunit is of 50s and the small subunit is of 30s. S is a unit, okay, given by scientists who discovered this. Okay. And then there is in eukaryote there is 60s and 40s subunits. Okay, the large subunit is of 60s and small is of 40s. Okay, so what is the function of this ribosomal subunit? That it generally join this mRNA and tRNA molecule. Okay, it is performing as a uh, ligation process, or it performing as a uh, what we call as a adjuvant, or what we call as a medium for the process of protein synthesis. Okay, so at this point of ribosome, both mRNA and tRNA binds. Okay, so mRNA generally bind at the site at the small ribosomal subunits. Okay, so mRNA coming from the nucleus. Okay, it is binding to the mRNA or a small ribosomal subunits. Okay, and then this at the A side this tRNA binding. Okay, those located at the large subunit ribosomal subunit. At the A side the tRNA binds. Okay, so now onward this process of translation getting started. Okay, so after in that process, this mainly composed of four steps. Okay, so first one is activation, second was initiation, third one is elongation, and fourth one is termination. Okay? So this process wholly composed at a molecular level. Right? So the first one is activation. So what is activation? Activation means generally those amino acids get activated and binded to the tRNA molecule. Okay. So in this diagram, you can see here this tRNA molecule, uh, the claw finger structure of this tRNA. Okay. This tRNA look like as this. Okay. In this diagram, you can see here that in this amino acid, it attached to the tRNA molecule. Okay. So this whole process done at the molecular level. So for the activation of this, it react to the ATP. Okay. So after reacting with the ATP, it get energized and it binds to the tRNA molecule. Okay. So it so this is all chemical reaction happen inside the cytoplasm. Okay. And by the activation, this reaction carried out with the help of enzyme tRNA synthesis. Okay. So you should know regarding the basic about of this translation process only. So this tRNA synthesis and all these stages of translation you should know only. If we go in detail, then it's a very complicated process. Okay. So this activation is done. It's a method of activating or energizing this amino acid by reacting with the ATP. Okay. Then after tRNA synthesis enzyme attaching the activated amino acid to the tRNA. Okay. So this is the activation process. Then after the elongation. Okay. So in diagram you can see here that this activated amino acid with the tRNA and this tRNA with activated amino acid with the anticodon. Okay, so there is a specific sequence of DNA or tRNA also. In mRNA there is a codon and in tRNA anticodon. Okay.
काय भाजी मला थोडी हे करू लाग भाजी मला पटकन फोडणी टाकायची मला तुला 10 मिनिटात दे मी चिरते
Deshpande. Okay, so in the process of elongation, uh, okay, there is a anticodon on tRNA and there is a codon on mRNA. Okay, so this is for the specificity. Okay, so those codon, uh, that means those anticodon which are complementary to the codon. Okay, codon and anticodon are the sequence of nucleic acid. Okay, so those are complementary to each other. Those only bind to this process. Okay, so this tRNA with anticodon binding to the codon of the mRNA. Okay, here is the mRNA molecule single stranded, and here is the tRNA molecule binding to the uh, mRNA. Okay, so this whole process is conducted at the ribosomal subunits. Okay, at at the A side of this ribosomal subunits, this tRNA binds. Okay, and then after when the sequence of the codon comes, then it will bind to the codon region. Okay, so due to the anticodon and codon complementary formation, this process happen, and then after the another tRNA will come and this process will continue. Okay, I will explain in this further. Okay, here you can see that this mRNA molecule. Okay, so uh, you can see here that at the starting point that is AUJ is a codon. Okay, and this mRNA molecule binds to the ribosomal subunit at the small subunit area. Okay, it comes from the nucleus. Okay, after processing, after transcription. Then there is it attached to the ribosomal, okay, at a small subunit area, okay. Okay, then this tRNA molecule with the anticodon, which has complementary sequence, okay. Those are anticodon should be complementary to the codon, okay. So that's how it recognizes the codon region. Those only tRNA molecule comes, and it contains only those amino acid which code for the, or which has a coding for this anticodon or codon region, okay. So for AUG is a codon region, and it has a specific amino acid which has a specificity. It means AUG only code for this amino acid, okay, which is attached to the tRNA molecule, okay. So this is a very specific process. So that's how this amino acid sequence form, okay. Then after another complementary sequence, that is anticodon comes, okay. So tRNA also code for the, or also has a specific amino acid attached to their sequence, okay. So it brings also second amino acid. Then after the process happen, that is a peptide formation, okay. So after the two amino acid comes, then there's those sites of amino acid binded by this peptide bonds, okay. So the peptide bond formation catalyzed mainly by peptidal transferase, okay. So from the A side of this ribosome, it is transferred to the P side, okay. So in last where we have seen the ribosome sequence and its sides. Firstly, from A side the tRNA binds, then it transferred to the P side, okay. So at that point, it catalyzed, this process catalyzed by the peptidal transferase, okay. And at the same time, the peptide one formed between two sequencing, or two adjusting amino acids, okay. Okay, then after this amino acid transfer to the A side, okay, sorry, E side. So this is for existing of this tRNA molecule. So here this tRNA molecule get existed, okay. So the work of this tRNA completed, and this tRNA molecule released from this complex of ribosomal subunits and mRNA. Then after this sequence of, or amino acid sequence binded by this polypeptide bonding, okay, peptide bonding continues further. Okay, then another one tRNA with another one anticodon comes, and this process of translation continues, okay. It also coded for some specific amino acids here also, okay. So that's the important thing here, that this codon and anticodon is a system located inside the cell, because a specific code or specific gene code coded for the specific protein, okay. So if the specificity will not be maintained, then there will be some uh, mutation will be there, or some changes in this nucleic acid sequence, then it will be ultimately result into the changing of the phenotype, okay, or changing on the behavior, or changing in the character of organism, okay. If some sequence of amino acid are changed, then it will be change in the phenotype or character of the organisms also, okay. So if you can consider the, in case of coronavirus, that is, it has some mutation inside the genome, okay. So that's how the virus getting mutated and changing its nucleic acid sequence, okay. So that's how it also has a changes in its new protein sequence also, okay. So that's why there is so much complication in the process of vaccination all and all. So that's why it's a virus is mutating, that is changing its DNA sequence, and ultimately it producing us some different kind of protein sequences. Okay, so that's why there is a complication, and it generally happens in every organisms. Okay, so that's why the specificity of protein synthesis is alter at most important. Okay, so the sequence of peptide or amino acid form here, then the process continues. Okay, so another one amino acid or another one tRNA with anticodon comes and code for the specific amino acid. Okay, so the process continues till the termination or stop codon. Okay, so there is also a termination of this process. Okay, it should be there because it is not infinite process. It contains some limitation or some termination also. Okay, so that the termination codon, that is specific also. Okay, because termination codon comes on mRNA, then this termination anticodon also there, so those points, and then at this point this tRNA also no tRNA attached to this mRNA, and the process of protein synthesis stop there. Okay? Then the polypeptide chain also form here. Those amino acid chain will be formed. So here in diagram you can see here that this chain of amino acid form here. This is a polypeptide chain. Ultimately, at the end of termination codon, it forms. Okay, it has several subunits of amino acids. Okay, there is a control of protein synthesis also. It's not a part of our syllabus.